this is Oliver from Neon. Today we are going to talk about the comparison of two similar teas from the same farmer but two different types. So these teas, they're actually pretty close. They're made of the same leaf, only one there is kept the stem with the tea, and with the other one it is a pure and destemmed green tea. On the one hand, we are talking about the Gyokuro Chamusume of Mr. Sakamoto, and on the other hand we are talking about the Karigane of Mr. Sakamoto, both from the Yabukita cultivar, and we're gonna taste these two teas in comparison and to see what are the subtle or the bigger differences in terms of taste between these two tea. Knowing that the Gyokuro in general is shaded over 20 days, in the case of Mr. Sakamoto it's 21 days, so it is the tea which is shaded for the same length, but then different parts of the leaves are finally used for the tea. So this is what I want to go into in this video, to really see what is the difference also from a visual aspect, but let's see also and really go into the taste, the differences of this tea. What we already can see and what is known is that the normal Gyokuro is actually destemmed, so you have no leaves. You see the dark or no stems, the dark leaves very present. Meanwhile the Karigane, as you can see, there are brighter parts to this tea, so tea which is a mix of stem and leaves. So this is the main difference, a little bit more of clarity, or more of clearer, brighter leaves, leaf parts, stems in this tea, while here we really have a dark, intense color of the Yabukita, or the tea breed of Yabukita, which is the most known and most used cultivar in Japan. So let's go into already putting the leaves into the Kyusu. So I bought again my black Tokoname Kyusu for this test, and let's have a sniff on the dry leaves. Have slightly a grassy leaf taste, so more of a grassy tone here, which is a little bit known for the Yabukita being a little bit more of grassy. And here I have quite a sweet tone, floral tone, a little bit of mango. Let's give this one here again a chance. Yeah, I get much more of the grassy tones, not such an intense sweetness. This surprises me already. Now let's go into the brewing and give these 2 minutes to brew. Good, so these 2 minutes are over and we're gonna pour these two teas directly into the glass. So we can already see there is a difference in appearance, so we have a much clearer. Let's put these aside. Good, so what we can see is that we have with the Gyokuro, with the normal Yabukita Gyokuro, we have quite clear, a little bit of a darker brewing, so a little bit more intense green, while here we have much more of a milky and also golden and brighter green, so corresponding to the color of the leaves. Where we had the dark leaves, we have a dark brewing, and where we had the bright leaves, we have the brighter and a little bit more milky. Seems a little bit that the minerals of the Karigane, where the stems, they carry a lot of minerals, have definitely kind of given the water a little bit more of a milky, more kind of mineralized view. And now let's have a look into the tea leaves. So these are the leaves now. Let's see if I can show you with the light. Not really. So then I will describe them to you. So this one here, the Karigane, definitely has more kind of the leaves or the stems, they have gotten bigger, and here we definitely have the dark leaves gotten bigger. The leaves a little bit smaller, seem a little bit smaller than with the Karigane, but in general just the stems have taken their place. You have a lot of kind of nearly a little bit of sweet rice, milk rice, sweet corn definitely. So the sweet aspect of the tea, so the umami is coming through. This the connotation for me is always a little bit around the sweet corn. A little bit nearly a kind of a popcorny flavor, but very on the sweet side, on the sweet spectrum of this. Now let's have a look on the Karigane. Here we're much more in the fruity. Also, you get a sweet corn, but more a little bit of a kind of a peary, fruity note. Have a little bit more of a greenish, and there's a slight hay note in the background. So the stems normal, they show when you have a kokicha or when you have a normal stem tea, often this hay flavor is pretty intense, it's pretty strong, but with this Karigane, there's a lot of fruit around pear, kind of nearly a little bit of green apple, and in the background you have a slight hay note, so it's much more subtle than on a regular stem tea. And I also got a little bit this kind of fresh popcorn kind of flavor when you have the smell of fresh made popcorn, a little bit this sweetness. This is what I smell with the leaves of these two tea. Now let's go into the tasting of these teas. Good. So, the Gyokuro itself has kind of a sweet aroma, but it's very, very, very straight to the point, to the savory and really strong umami notes. So the umami flavor is clearly coming through here. There's kind of a sweet, fruity flavor in the beginning, and then it turns quite straight to this umami, savory note of the tea. I have a little bit of a green raisin. But quite umami strong, so a little bit of this savory kind of sweet corn note, which is quite strong and quite straight. A little bit of a fruitiness in the beginning, and I have the most taste of fruit I have is a little bit of green raisins. It's really around the green raisin, kind of a slight acidity, which is normal for Yabukita, but it's very smooth and going straight into the umami itself. Now, let's go into the Karigane. So, much softer on the umami side. So this tea has much more of this fruity sweetness, which I already had in the nose. It's much stronger also than compared to this one here or to the normal Gyokuro. In taste, you have kind of a lowered umami flavor, but on the other hand, you have a lot of sweetness and fruitiness coming out. And you have a little bit this minerally and slight
hayish note as well. But it stays strong on this fruit. I have a lot of green apple. I have this pear, which I had already in the nose. I have it clearly also in the taste. Here we have a little bit of green raisins, but then this sweet corn savory flavor profile, which is pretty strong, just in comparison again. And also what I have here a little bit more, I think it's also due that I'm getting closer to the sediment, which I have at the bottom of the glass. Is that I have a slight stronger hint of grassiness. What you can see. Here also I have less sediments with this tea here. Now a little bit, the lower I get in the glass as well, a little bit stronger the umami flavor gets, but it's still far away from this one here. Very strong, very smooth on the fruitiness. So in the end, what I would say in comparison, so if you're looking for more kind of these typical savory, strong notes in a Japanese green tea, then you should definitely go for the Yabukita Gyokuro, for the normal Gyokuro. In this case, what surprises me always with the Karigane is that it is a very fruity and very soft and umami softer, kind of umami softer taste, and playing a lot around the fruitiness and not going too much into these savory notes. Me personally, I tend to like a little bit more the soft fruitiness of the Karigane. But if you like this kind of savory and umami notes, which is kind of pronounced a little bit in the sweet corn, a little bit of an artichoke note, if you like this flavor profile, then you should definitely go for the normal Gyokuro. So the Karigane can then be more in the sweet spectrum, in the fruit spectrum, and a little bit less on this kind of umami or this little bit sweet corn artichoke note, where the normal Gyokuro is strong. But here definitely, when you're looking for a kind of a sweet, smooth, not so strong, and a slight haze, a little bit of a minerally taste profile, which is a little bit tingling on the tongue. You have it as well, but it's very smooth and very slight. So definitely two very, very different teas coming from a very, very similar part. Here stems in, here no stems in, and this finally changes a lot of the taste profile as the concentration of, I think it's the theanine, which can then really push this a little bit umami and savory note, while here you have a more of a smooth and a little bit of a dense or a brought down umami flavor, and then you have a very smooth, sweet and fruity green tea coming from the same cultivar, same plant, same harvest, but just a slight different mix in leaves. So this has been another video about the astonishing differences between green teas, even though there are only slight changes made. So I hope you like this, and if you have ever any questions, please ask them, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.